Kayla Miracle. You're here at the development camp for women's freestyle. Talk about how camp's gone so far and your experience here coaching.
It is very different. I have only ever been to the training center as an athlete, so being here as a coach is kind of weird, but it's a lot of fun. We have 6 girls from our school here, Valiant College Prep, and camp is going great. The girls are working really hard. This is our first full day. We had a session yesterday. We have a full day tomorrow, and then we head home Sunday, so it's a really quick one, but it's really nice to get to know some of the younger athletes that are definitely going to be making teams, senior level teams here in the near future.
Yeah, tell us more about your experience at Valiant Prep and how that's going for you.
It's great. I've trained there a lot throughout my athletic career, and I had a great relationship with them, and so we had a kind of a running joke of, because I was a math major, hey, do you want to teach here? And it turned into a real thing. So that was my plan for right after Paris, and so jumped into that, and also wanted to coach and help out there. And so that took a little bit longer. I got back on Wednesday from the games, and I was in the classroom on Monday. So not much chill time there. And then I have just recently started getting back into the wrestling room and healing mentally, physically, everything like that. And it's been slow little steps, but the coaching staff, they are great, and they've been super understanding of knowing, hey, I need to take my time, so that you can't pour from an empty cup. So they knew I had to reset and feel good and happy and comfortable in a wrestling room again. And I'm getting to that point, and these girls, the guys over there, like the high schoolers, the middle schoolers, they're making it so much fun. Just middle schoolers grabbing me, wanting to wrestle, and if they beat me in a match where they start, it's 9-0, it's a middle school time match, so it's 2 2-minute periods, it's freestyle. If they win, then they don't have homework for a month or something, just like silly things like that. Just making it fun, or getting to play wrestle with some of the kids. And I got to go to Super 32 and watch Everson and Reagan win it, and some of our middle school guys, they literally wrestled in the finals. Like, that's so cool that 2 of the best middle schoolers in the country are in the same room every day. And then we had a bunch of high schoolers too, so getting to see them in the tournament setting and just see wrestling from a different point of view has been a lot of fun, and they've definitely made me have a newly sparked joy for the sport after a rough summer.
Have you always kind of known that you wanted to go into coaching, or is it kind of something that you were like, well, I'm a teacher, I'm at a school, you can help out? So
yeah, I've always assumed that coaching would be my next step. I love wrestling, and I feel like I have a lot to give to other athletes. I think I can think about technique and just approaching competition, approaching training in a unique way. I think different than most coaches, and some athletes would resonate with my style a bit more, and so getting to share that, I've always looked forward to that. I didn't know in what capacity, if it was going to be high school, middle school, senior level, college, whatever, and that'll come. But right now I'm just taking it day by day, with everything in my life, my athletic career, coaching career, teaching career. It's all day by day, and just trying to be happy.
How was your experience on the East Coast? Saw a little bit on your Instagram, your social medias.
Like in DC?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. The best part of the games was getting to know the other athletes from other sports. We don't get to see them ever. We train with other wrestlers all the time. We see the other wrestlers at every single tournament, whatever, and I love them all. They're great, but it's so cool to see how other people train for their sports or prep for their competitions, things like that, and just getting to know them. So DC was another opportunity to do that, and we just got to sit and talk and make new friends, right? And so that's going to help us in our careers later on, whether it is within sport or we leave sport completely and do something else. We have those connections now, and that's a special thing. And then obviously the White House and meeting the president, that was a special kind of like once in a lifetime thing. But the best part of Washington DC for me was I we had like panels. It wasn't just go to the White House and then go home. The day before we had a bunch of panels, and you had a few different time slots, and in each time slot there were like 5 different workshops you could pick based on what you wanted. So it could be dealing with the results from the games, moving on to another career path, whatever, NIL stuff, right? They're younger athletes. And then one was sport, broadcasting, and like relationship within that. And so I was like, you know what, I want to do this one, and I really wanted to do it because Laura Hernandez was in that, and she's an Olympic gymnast, and I've always like loved watching her and seeing all of her stuff, and she's commentating now for on the Olympic stage, so she went from competing there to commentating, and it's super awesome, and she's got a lot of great stuff to say and just a different outlook on sport, right? So she went from thinking she was going to be doing this and then immediately retiring, but then she kind of comes back into it in 2020. You know, she tries to make a run, gets injured, things like that. So just getting to listen to her, and then they actually broke out into smaller groups within that session, and the panelists went to different tables, and so I got to sit in a super small group and chat with her for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it was just really cool to just hear her perspective on life and sport and life after sport. So it was, took a lot of notes and a lot of takeaways from it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.